Hello everybody, my name is Enoch and I am a fellow pastor in the Calgary area. I'm so glad that you're starting your journey as a CNBC pastor. I think you'll have a great time in our denomination. One of my favorite things about our denomination is that our churches volunteer to work together and we end up doing some really special things together. Today I want to talk to you about a children's ministry resource that we've made that is really close to my heart. It's a Bible curriculum for kids aged 5 to 12. We just launched our website this past summer and has reached churches all over the world. But first and foremost, it is a CNBC curriculum. So it's made by our denomination and for our denomination. So we made it with a collection of talent from volunteers to pastors to national leadership and people in our seminary. And so because it's made by us, it reflects our values and our theology, and it reflects our culture and our typical church plants and churches. Speaking of theology, it has the highest quality of theology I've ever seen in a children's ministry curriculum. Every lesson has been checked over for absolute theological accuracy by a graduate of our seminary. And one of our professors from our seminary has helped shape the curriculum to give it maximum theological breadth. And so because our theology has such high quality, even our volunteers are growing at the same time as the children. But even though we have all these seminary grade ideas, we express our ideas in a language that elementary school students can follow. So any children from age 5 to 12 can follow it really easily. They don't need theological vocabulary. They don't have to break down complex sentences. The curriculum is built so that even 5-year-olds can understand the most profound ideas in the Bible. But seeing that we're working with such young students, we can't just do a theology lecture, but we also need to cater to their short attention spans. And so this curriculum is also super fun. It's the funnest curriculum that I've ever seen by a wide margin. Every lesson is full of games, there's discussion questions, typically a fun video or two, an activity. Every lesson has a beautiful, powerful presentation that syncs perfectly with the lesson script. And every element in the lesson works together to reinforce a singular teaching point so that it's super clear in the end. And as the children go through the curriculum over weeks and months, we're helping them to come to faith and follow Jesus. And so I find it so exciting to see my own children start to reason theologically, even at a very young age, and they start owning their faith for themselves. That said, the curriculum is not just good for kids, but it's also really good for the teachers. Every lesson is planned out in fine details so that teachers don't have to do a lot of troubleshooting. They can just download a couple of files off the website, do a bit of shopping, maybe a little bit of rehearsal, but prep time should be well under 2 hours for each teacher. And the lessons are so easy and intuitive to use that even churches that have no training or a language barrier have no trouble using it. This one time I shared it with a CNBC Ethiopian church. Their primary language is an Ethiopian dialect. And they just used it on their children, the curriculum that is, and it worked the first time, no problems. They just loved it. It was just so intuitive. Similarly, I gave the curriculum to a Vietnamese church in Saskatchewan. Their children's program was run by a couple of teenagers, 14 years old and 17 years old, and they just loved the program. Didn't need any instructions because the stuff was just so intuitive. Another pastor at another church commented that it's so easy to modify and edit for his own church context. And that's another strength of the curriculum, is that it's built in such a way that it can fit a very wide range of settings and programs. It's so easy to adapt. My church uses it for a 90-minute program on weekdays, on Friday nights, because there's actually enough material for 90 minutes each lesson. But I know churches that just use it on Sunday mornings. They just chop the lesson in half, because every lesson is super easy to chop in half, and they can easily turn it into a 30 or 40-minute lesson, and it spans 2 weeks to cover the full lesson material, and it just takes almost no effort to chop it in half like that. So the curriculum is great for teachers. And because of the way it's written, all the kids can learn at the same time, whether they're age 5 or age 12. Their entire age range can be in a single room together. And so if your church has limited room, that's a real strength as well. And there's more. Our curriculum is also really good for newcomers. When newcomers come, they don't have to have theological vocabulary or knowledge of prior lessons. Every lesson just stands on its own so that kids can drop in and immediately the lesson makes sense. They can follow along and participate, and it's so easy for them to bring friends. And so I look at the program at my church. Half the kids don't even go to my church on Sundays, but their parents have decided this is where they want their kids to be on Friday nights, learning about the Bible, learning about Jesus. And it's such a thrill to teach their children and invite them to a life of discipleship. So I urge you to check out our website. It's down below, and my email is also down below. You can take a picture of the screen over here. It'll be up for another minute. We have 101 lessons on the website, which is at my church, that's good enough for 3 years. And we have a 4th year of curriculum on its way. And for me, 4 years is a magical number because after 4 years, we can recycle back to the beginning after we're done. And we never have to buy another curriculum again. All the lessons are divided into units. We have 19 units so far. You can start at any unit that suits your interests as a church and work from there, and it works just fine. And so hopefully, if this curriculum suits you, you will never need to buy another curriculum again. And speaking of buying things, this curriculum is absolutely free for you to use. Anything on the website, the lesson plans, the website access, the PowerPoint presentation, they are completely free. You just have to buy the classroom supplies. There's no login or paywall. Every one of your lessons can have a full copy of every lesson. But even though the lessons are free for you to use, they were not cheap to make. They came at a real cost to the Purple Curriculum Development Team. We've spent thousands of hours developing this curriculum, testing it, troubleshooting it, and we've spent thousands of hours of our own money so that you could have it for free. So we've paid the cost so that your children can have the highest quality of children's ministry possible. And we do this because children matter. Jesus loves children so much that it matters that we can serve them with the highest quality of lessons possible. So please, if you ever get a chance, visit purplecurriculum.com or email me at the email below. You can also find my email on the website. So I encourage you to take a picture again, and please, I'd be so thrilled if you can contact me. Don't ever think that you're bothering me. It would just make my day to talk to you about how we can adapt this for your church. Now, just one thing before I go. Sometimes people ask me, do you have anything for preschool? And actually, yes, I'm actually piloting something for my church right now. I've already written more than 50 lessons for the age 3 to 5 age range. They're just simple lessons, about half an hour long for the preschool age range, but they are action-packed and theologically rigorous. They're not quite ready for the website yet, but definitely very usable. And we have more than a year's worth of preschool curriculum already. So if you email me, I'll share that with you as well. And that's all I have for now, so please have a great day and take care.